All right, aviators, we are going to look at the airplane landing distance graph. The key to this graph, I'm going to go ahead and bring it up. The key to this graph is obviously paying attention to detail. There are a lot of gotchas on it. First of all, use a finely sharpened pencil. Double check straight off when you see you have figure 37. Do you have a headwind? And do you have an obstacle? Just go ahead and call those out. Write them down that you have it so you don't forget. Another thing, make sure you interpolate on these graphs. All right. So their example, which you can see here, and I'm going to zoom in here, is a little misleading. Their example is a lot easier than what you're going to get on the question. Of course it is, right? But it's the same principle. So anyway, start with your temperature, move up to the pressure altitude. Again, if you have to interpolate, find that where those two lines intersect, go over to the reference line. And this is what I mean by they have it very simple, because their reference line automatically hits that solid black line. If it doesn't, just make sure you interpolate down to your weight. And what I mean by that, draw a vertical line up from your aircraft weight, whether it's 2,600 pounds, 2,800 pounds, 2,400 pounds, whatever. Draw a line up. And where your line intersects, and I'll just go ahead and do this. Let's say we weigh 2,500 pounds. All right. So we hit the solid line, we get lucky there, and it intersects here. We're going to stop. We're not going to keep going down. This is where we go straight across that other reference line. Okay? Now, I'm going to delete that screenshot. Now we're over at the wind component. Now you got tailwind, you got headwind. More than likely it's going to be a headwind. We're very limited. We're landing with tailwind. So more than likely it's going to be headwind. Same thing, reference line, find your wind component, go up from the bottom with your wind where there's 10, 15 knots, then go down to where the line intersects, and then go straight across. If you do not have wind, just go straight across. So if you know wind, you're just going to go straight across. Okay. If you do have a wind, you're just going to go, let's say we have a 20 knot headwind. We'd go all the way down to the 20 knot and then go straight across. All right. Keeping that example, let's say we don't have an obstacle. If we don't have an obstacle, again, we're just going to go straight across. If we do have an obstacle, a 50-foot obstacle or a 20-foot obstacle, whatever it is, we'll interpolate up to it. If we have a obstacle, say here, then we'll go straight across. All right. I will point out that these increments, obstacles in feet, you see you have basically 50 divided by 3, which is 16.6. So it's not like each one of these little squares is like 3.3 feet. So it's not, but more than likely you'll either have a no obstacle or you have a 50-foot obstacle. Okay. So don't worry about that. I'm just pointing that out. And also each one of these lines are 25 feet. So that's 25, 50, 75, 100, 125. I'm sorry, 50 feet. Each one of these are 50 feet. 50, 100, you get the idea. So this would be 750 feet. This would be 1,750 feet. All right, you get the idea. So anyway, just to point out some little differences on this to help you out.